It's Steve, the Red Pigment Steve, oh yeah.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sonic Unleashed. We're at the first plane section of this game. There's, I think, a total number of 2 or 3? I'm not sure.
Here comes the parade. I've got this one, Sonic. Tornado. Battle mode in-game.
So we get the cool transformation like in Sonic Adventure, which, yeah, this is pretty much Sonic Adventure, but it works a bit differently. You see that? Yeah, they're one big QuickTime event. I just have to shoot these things. All these things that come at me. And I died so many times the first time trying this because I didn't know the button layout on the controller. So yeah. Don't play this as your first PS3 game. You need to get used to the controls first. Used to the controls. Used to the controller first. What? Why couldn't I just... I pressed triangle first, but I guess I was supposed to press square first, like square, triangle, square, which is kind of silly. So far, these don't actually shoot at us, which is nice, but they will start shooting at us if we miss one of them. So yeah. It's kind of an asshole move. I don't know. I'm not a fan of these. I'm not a fan of... Like, I wouldn't have any problem if it wasn't all you do. Just press the buttons. Maybe have something else. There are going to be QuickTime events that are better than this later. Because I actually have other things than just pressing the buttons as well. And they look flashier than this. So, I don't know what happened here. Who thought this was a good idea and stuff. Now I'm pretty good at the button layout. I still sometimes get confused with square and circle. Can't tell the difference between a circle and a square. I lived in an area before circles were invented. Not really, I didn't play Atari. I'm not that old. I'm 16 years old, man. 16, and I own a Sega Genesis. That is how this generation's youth should be. I don't know. Yeah, my first console actually was a Nintendo DS, so I'm not very... Well, I guess I played a bit on my sister's Nintendo 64, and especially on her GBA. But, yeah, that's about it. I didn't really own my own console until the Nintendo DS. And it was a DS Lite already, so I didn't even own a DS Fat. And yes, it's the DS Fat.
What is that thing?
And now I'm playing on the Fat Lady, which is kind of ironic? I don't know.
Looks like we've got a
Egg Cauldron! So yeah, this is kind of the boss fight of this, and this is what mainly will give me trouble. Like me, I just got hit. And yeah, I don't know. The ones in Sonic Adventure were better, even though those were obnoxious too. And they weren't really worth sitting through all the time. I do like Sonic Adventure now. I played through it again, almost completely. And I'm actually considering 100% in the game. I actually really like it now. I think it's a lot better than Sonic Adventure 2 in a lot of ways. Sonic Adventure 2 obviously also improved a lot on the formula. But I just think that Sonic Adventure, like, I personally prefer Sonic Adventure. I used to hate it, but now that I'm playing it again with an actual controller, I played it on an emulator with a keyboard before, which doesn't give me any trouble with Sonic Generations, but I guess the frame rate was also shit because I was at the same time letting someone watch over Skype, which was a silly idea, I guess. And because, I don't know, that also takes up a lot of, like, because I have 1080p, it also takes up a lot of RAM and processing and RAM and processing power and RAM and processing power and RAM and processing power. I'm saying it over and over again to... There's actually a time limit on these? What the fuck? There we go. So yeah, we beat the first segment of these. So yay. Cool! I don't think you actually get ranked for these. I'm not sure about that. I guess there's supposed to be a little fun distraction, but the problem is I didn't really know the button layout. Oh, you do get ranked. Alright. I guess that's fine then. You also already see this rooftop. It bothered the hell out of me. You play the night stage so early on in the game, but you have to wait forever until the game actually lets you play the daytime stage here. And I knew the daytime stage already because I played Sonic Generations before this. So, hi. It's the big rush. Oh, I get it. The planet's split. So you're running around, right? Grandma says that it's like these you have. In times like these, you have to stay calm. You have to. And I run into people. I think I need to go here. This is where... You know, you'll see in just a second. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
What? Professor Pickle's been kidnapped?
It was a little bit before the tremors hit. This old man showed up with a whole pack of robots. They carried poor Professor Pickle off, lab data and all.
It can't be.
That sure sounds like Eggman.
What a horrible thing to do. We've got to go help that professor guy out, and fast. If he got kidnapped that long ago, he's got to be real hungry by now. And if I was that hungry, I don't know how long I would last. I'd rather be dead.
I'm sure Eggman is feeding him. Even he's not that cruel.
Okay. Let's go and find the professor.
This game is so silly at times, but I love it in a way. I like it when Sonic games are a little silly. I also like it when they're a bit darker, like Sonic Adventure 2. As long as it makes sense. Unlike Sonic Adventure 2. But, you know, a bit lightheartedness can never hurt.
Sonic!
I think Sonic Colors overdid it a bit with that, but, you know. Sonic Unleashed has a pretty decent story. It's epic, but it doesn't really, it's a bit underplayed, but I don't mean that as a criticism. It's not really, I don't know. Oh, we need to find the professor first. This is one of the only times you actually gotta go around and ask people, so yay. What's that? There's been a kidnapping! Earthquakes rocking the ground, confusion all over town. I have a feeling this doesn't bode well for us. Wouldn't you agree? I don't even know. I'm just making up accents on the spot. Hey, you. Don't you be trying to slip by. What happened to giving Mara the respect he deserves? What? I don't know what's wrong with my son. He says he saw a plane carrying Professor Pickle headed for Missouri. So yeah, we're going to Missouri, I guess. And play a stage that is not in the Wii version. There's a Wii version of this game, which I didn't play yet, but you know. I know that there's 2 stages missing. One of them being Missouri and the other one being... Empire City. Derp. That took me a long time to think about. Which is also interesting because it's the second and second to last stage. Oh, I guess we're doing a Werehog stage. That's what it looks like, at least. It usually puts you in the time of the day that you need to be in this first. I think that's, yeah. It does that a lot. Put you in the you know, in the time of the day you need to be in. You can also change the time of the day. You can either just wait for daytime if you're in a town, or here there's these hourglasses which you can use, which is kind of interesting. They do utilize that later in a level. There's actually a level where you switch between the Werehog and the regular hedgehog. Whoops, sorry about that. Can I grab this? Can I grab this? I'm pressing circle. Can you... Don't do this to me. So yeah, this is actually like... At least that's what the level is telling... The level name is telling me. This is the Savannah. You do get around a lot, but there is this kind of exotic theme to the whole game. Like, Windmill Isle and the stage that is in Spagonia, both of them are kind of a little more normal, and Empire City is like, yeah, that's your regular city level. There's a lot of city. There's a few city levels in this game. I'm gonna try to search for other things before I go into the level. There's probably some goody. Whoa! Whoa! I didn't need to do that. Lols. So yeah, there's city levels, and then there's just these exotic. You got Savannah. We'll go into the desert later. We'll also be in this Japanese-ish kind of thing. Well, it has 2 themes. It's Japanese and it's kind of jungle-y. There's actually a stage that has jungle in the title, but the other that I'm talking about, the Japanese style thing, is also take place in a jungle-ish area. So you get around a lot in these exotic places, which I don't consider a bad thing. I do like the themes of the stages in this game. But you know, I don't think there should be a time stone somewhere around here. But I guess the game just doesn't want to give it to me yet, because it kind of wants to hold my hand because I'm early in the game and stuff. So let's get the moon medal. There's gonna be a bit more exploring than in other Sonic games. Like in Sonic Lost World, we just had action stage after action stage after action stage after action stage. Even though some of them were slow, like the rock stages. But you know. Why would I need the unleash? That egg over there. That's an unleash egg. That would get me the unleash. That would instantly fill up my unleash gauge. But why would I need that? This is a hub world. So I guess there's another moon medal back there. So I want to get that, obviously. Oh. I guess I can't get to it this way. Maybe I just punch? What? How do I get that? The hell? Oh, of course. Perp-a-derp, perp-a-derp. Whoa, no, don't do that. I guess I just gotta do this. No, what the ass? Well, the thing is, I think the problem lies more in the moon medals actually than the sun medals. So yeah, I gotta go up here again. I fell down again. I'm sorry, it's kind of boring. The thing is just you need to do this, and it's part of... Medal collecting is part of the experience, and I will do it. I won't just be like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna go off screen and collect some medals. Because it is part of the experience. Experiencing the stages multiple times, searching for medals and trying to get medals, because some of them are your usual... some of them are your usual just exploring, but some of them also are more about... What was I going to say? More about actually managing to do a certain thing in a certain spot of the stage. So yeah. It's kind of part of the experience, so I won't skip that or anything. I think that would be kind of silly. It's part of the experience, so you're gonna experience it with me. Which also lets us appreciate some of these musical tracks, because even the hub worlds, while they're not as good, because I like the action-packed kind of music more and this jazz kind of music, but you know. Also, it's a bit like this game gives you 2 daytime stages, one of which is really short, and then gives you 2 nighttime stages. So the game starts off slow. I have to say that. So yeah, we're now in Savannah Citadel. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have now are introduced to these purple flowers. Which is... You know, the enemies the game does have are really weird, but it doesn't have anything past that. Oh, I get it. I need to push something on that. Let's go back there and see if there's any medals. Looks like there would be. There is a soundtrack CD. Which is good, of course. And a medal. We really wanted to try to get as many as possible, as early on as possible. Because there's a big need for collecting these. And, like, if you don't get enough, you're not gonna feel like playing a stage again to search for 2 remaining medals. So you really want to get most of them at your first try. But sometimes the game just makes you, like, sometimes the number of medals is ridiculous. You can't possibly have that many just by playing the game the first time. Just kind of bald. Let's push this cubic stone. Or pull. Yeah, push it! That's how you push! Next time I'm gonna come up to a door that says push, I'm gonna pull. I do that anyways, because I'm stupid. Like, it's one of these moments. These moments happen to me all the time, but I think they happen to other people all the time as well. Like these moments when what you have to do is like blatantly obvious, but you don't think about it enough, and then you like do the opposite thing, like pushing on a door that says pull, or the other way around. I guess it's part of human nature. Errare humanum est. That was Latin. I don't know how the Latin people said the R. I think they rolled it, but I'm not sure about that. They were like, errare humanum. Errare... I can't do the other kind of rolling R. I can only do the R, but I can't do the R. Errare humanum est. I'm so good at Latin, I swear. Ah, come on, I can get up there. I don't want to... There we go. There is a thing... Would you please be so kind to let me try to get that secret up there? Thank you, game. So yeah, we got more medals, which is good. I don't know. There's just so many things about this game that are wrong, and so many that are right, and so many... I don't know. You really have to start appreciating it somewhere in. Like, at first it's just good. It's like Sonic Lost World. It's good, but it's kind of frustrating at times, but this game is really a lot easier to appreciate, even on your first playthrough still. I hated the first part of this game, like this. This is what I'm doing right now. This, I hated the first time. But I fell in love with the game at... Well, I guess part of it is because I downloaded the soundtrack and listened to the great musical pieces like... Well, I won't spoil it. But, you know, there's some great musical pieces in this. Like Windmill Isle. Windmill Isle's great. But that's the only daytime stage we had so far, so... Great. Okay, let's use the Unleash mode. You really gotta remind yourself that you have that. It's kind of, you kind of tend to forget about it. But it's really useful. It does get you through the stages a bit quicker. And it also helps you get your hit combos. There's actually hit combos in this game, so if you hit things in rapid succession without waiting too long, yeah, you know, then you get extra points for better ranks, which is good. I do think I often, well, you know, the thing about these stages is that you can't count on, you don't get hit, you get rings, and that's it. You get the S rank. Can you throw it? Thanks. Because you don't lose rings in these stages unless you die. You have a health meter, not losing rings by... Is there something down there? Ah, there's a moon medal. Well, then I want to get that. Get to moon metal. So fucking metal. Alright, more animes. More animes. I don't know. It's kind of surprising how the only anime I actively watch anymore is still I only watch Detective Conan. Just already kind of on anime. It's kind of going away from anime. Yeah, cliche anime in a few ways. It's still anime, but it's still very... I love how anime actually kind of turned into an adjective. This is so anime. I love that. I think this is where I have to push the... Yeah, these puzzles can get a bit annoying. They're not... The problem about them is that they're not difficult to figure out, but they still can take you some time to figure out, if that makes any sense. It's just time-consuming, not actually difficult. And I don't like things like that. It's like the most boss fights in Sonic Rush or something. That game has terrible boss fights. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just the only one. Oh, that was wrong. But I guess I can just do this. Make it go on a level that I can get up to. That wasn't enough. Yeah. That's one of the control aspects of the Warthog that I meant that are kind of bleh. When you're just like walking and running around is fine, but whenever something slow is happening, like standing still and then starting to like trying to reposition yourself when you're already standing, that is ass difficult. Like ass, not as. Ass. It's ass difficult. I guess ass isn't... Oh. Well, that's kind of cool. Let's get this medal, of course. Whoa. Now we have to jump down here and get to checkpoint. I can't actually see anything. I will still go down and check if there's anything worthwhile down here. It's an unleash egg, which doesn't do anything for me. Nice. So yeah, you can also, like the homing attack, you can do this with enemies, which is kind of awkward. Just have, that's one of the, oh, derp. That's not what I have to do. I have to throw it. I think I need another, actually. Like I need one to hit that thing, and then another to use on something else. There. And that will come down, which is good. And also, let's get this extra life because it's there and it's an extra life. So there seems to be something down there, but I guess I'm on the upper pathway, which is good. You know, in Sonic, the upper pathway is always the better one. It's a rule. But it really is kind of like that. There's not many games that haven't done that. And when they do, it's just a one. It's just one stage where they do that. Just like, yeah, there. And in those cases, the upper pathway was probably intended to be the better one. Oh, I can get something down there, which is nice. I definitely want to. So yeah, these Warhawk stages are really lengthy, and there's the first part of the game is not paceball. It's not paceball at all, and it's gonna happen later again that you're gonna have to play more Warhawk stages after another, which is not cool. Is there something else? There we go. You can die too. Hey, that actually didn't do anything to my unleash gauge, which is weird. I thought that's what these do. Alright, so now we gotta push this on here. Also, let's go up here first, because there's probably a medal. Yep. Which also tells me that we're almost at the end of the stage, which is good. So now we do this. Move that thing, Sonic. That animation is so weird, just like... like, chill out, Sonic. Chill out. Yes, I kind of just did reference Action 52, even if it wasn't intentional. So if I do this, now I can get up there. See, these puzzles are really not that difficult. They just sometimes take a while to figure out. Because it's just like, yeah. They require they require you to do things that take a while. Soundtrack CD. I don't know. I don't know how it is. Maybe it's like each stage gives you the soundtrack of itself. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't. Ow. Which would make sense that way, but you know, I don't know if it's actually like that. Getting hit by that enemy that's just there for me to homing attack on, pretty much. And this is the last room, pretty much. I don't, it's not really a room, but... Oh my god, look at these trees in the background. Wait, I just gotta appreciate that for a second. These trees in the background. My god, are they terrible. But they're background trees, I guess. Background trees are always terrible. Except if you want to play a game that focuses only on the backgrounds. That would be an interesting game. A game that looks terrible in the foreground, but the backgrounds look really beautiful and stuff. I don't know why that would happen, but... Critical hit! Well, attack, but hit. Wait, is there actually something back there? Well, that's kind of interesting. S rank! Bam! One thing that's also kind of interesting is I can spend these points on regular Sonic, but I don't know. The game wants you to use the experience you get in a stage for that specific character, because like it's perfectly split up that way, pretty much. Let's use this. You mostly at first you mostly want to use it on life and combat. Strength doesn't really change much, but combat gives you new moves, which is something you really want to have. So I guess I will level up strength once too. But the combat, you know, the combat actually gives you new moves, and these moves are helpful. They are helpful. They do actually improve your combat skills. Well, the character's combat skills.
Professor Pickle! Are you alright? We got here as fast as we could. Professor?
Hello?
How dare they call this culinary concoction food? Look here, do you see this sorry excuse for a sandwich? The bread should be no less than 3/4 of an inch thick. Upon it, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise and a pinch of black pepper. The contents, fresh cucumber, sliced thinly, if you please. Am I quite right, Tails?
I know I learned something here today.
Professor, it's good to see you haven't changed.
But tell me, what brings you here? The menu is hardly worth the trip, if you ask me.
No, Professor. We came here to rescue you.
Oh? Oh, I see. How rude of me. Right then, first things first. It's about time someone taught the chef here how to make a proper sandwich.
You can file a complaint later, Professor.
Let's get out of here before Eggman's welcoming committee shows up.
Oh, yes, quite. But let us be sure to collect the contents of that vault before departing.
Was that really necessary?
Ah, thank you. Those documents are our only hope for surviving this crisis. Let's go. There's no time to lose. I'm half starved after being fed nothing but those terrible sandwiches.
Want some chocolate, Professor?
My. Don't mind if I do.
So yeah, Professor Pickle is one of these eyebrows equals eyes characters. As you just saw just then. Just. Whee.
These ancient documents are known as the Gaia manuscripts. They tell the legend of a disaster that befell our planet some tens of thousands of years ago.
A disaster?
Quite. And according to the Gaia manuscripts, this isn't the first time the planet has been broken apart into pieces. The cause lies at the very core of the planet. All the phenomena we've witnessed are the direct result of one creature. The hyper-energy organism spawned at the planet's core, Dark Gaia.
So how do we stop this Dark Gaia and put the world back together?
Luckily, Dark Gaia has yet to be fully reborn. We most likely have Dr. Eggman's premature wake-up call to thank for that. If we act now, we may be able to restore the planet by returning power to the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic, you must travel to each of the temples listed in the Gaia manuscripts. The planet's power will restore the Chaos Emeralds, and in turn, the Chaos Emeralds will restore the planet and help it heal naturally.
Well, I think that's enough for one episode. So, I will end things off here and see you next time with some more Sonic Unleashed. Until then, and why did... Let me stand on the lamp! I just want to stand on the... There we go. Whee! Could I jump on the rail? Nope. Well, anyway, bye.